how Headingley awaits, and the Leeds Rhinos, they are looking to hold that run of 5 defeats in a row. So a match that has become one of the jewels in the Super League crown recently takes on an air of desperation for them. Castleford was soundly beaten by St Helens a week ago. It was no contest really after Lachlan Cooke's 4th-minute try, 12-42 the final score. 2 weeks on from their first defeat of 2019 at Warrington, the only way to respond is with a victory here, and their supporters, their loyal supporters, have followed them just down the motorway to watch this one. Out they come. Leeds led 12-0 and 16-6 in Furner on Saturday. The eventually lost by 22 points to 26. Liam settled with a hat-trick, was more than matched by 4 tries from Furner. But the stark fact is that Castleford have won each of their last 5 visits to the city of Leeds and are unbeaten in their last 6 visits to the Rhinos since 2014. So history at the moment, Terry O'Connor very much on the Tigers' side.
Great form on the show over recent years against the Rhinos, but it's a big night, I think, for the Leeds Rhinos to stand up and be counted. They're desperate for a positive result. Those fans who turn up week after week supporting their side, no matter where they are in the competition. And the Leeds players know themselves that they're accountable. They're going to make sure that they finish off games better. Look at 3 out of the last 5 games going into the final quarter. They've been in control, so they know what they've got to do, how they've got to put it right. They're themselves up against a team that were below par last week when they took on Saints, and they need to make sure that they can handle Leeds as well for them and control them, because that part of the game they let themselves down last week already.
Well, 12 months ago, with this Headingley ground unable to stage the match because of the revamp that is still ongoing. It had started back then. They took the Castleford game to Ellen Road, and in front of a crowd, a record home ground for the Rhinos in Super League. Over 23,000 watched the Castleford Tigers win by 25 points to 24. David Furner, he's keeping his cool. The boys picked out in the pre-match build-up. Barry is probably boiling inside because he definitely needs a win today.
He's frustrated with his side. His side's effort should have, on 3 occasions, put them in the winning circle, but they just haven't been able to close those close games down. And Darryl Cole right-shirted into his left, our right. Fabulous rugby league players in their own right, and now fabulous coaches that get their sides to play. This Rhinos side, they want to play, and I think any West Yorkshire derby is always outstanding entertainment.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that that is the case. David Furner, by the way, he played under the coaching of Darryl Powell for Leeds. Furner played in the 2003 Challenge Cup final against the Bradford Bulls and Cardiff. So great friends off the field, but for 80 minutes tonight they are sworn enemies. As the Castleford Tigers get this game underway here at Headingley, Jack Walker is underneath the kickoff. And the first drive of the night from big Nikolai. There are some collisions going to happen on this pitch tonight, and here is the very first penalty after just 12 seconds of the match. Castleford are judged to have stolen the ball in the tackle against the youngster.
Well, David Furner will talk about we've got to get off to a good start. Look at the blueprint for the success last week at Saints. It was the strong goal forward from the prop forwards. Nikolai Olensky, Petru, they've got to come up with the same sort of game plan and get over this Castleford side, because they are aggressive from front and they know how to hit home.
Kevin Sinfield, a legendary figure here at Headingley, of course very much in charge of team affairs with David Furner in 2019, building and planning and plotting for the future. Here is Olensky again. There is the Leeds coaches watching anxiously as his team look to get the first points on the board after referee Ben Thaler judged that Castleford had stolen the ball from Olensky in the first tackle of the match. And so an opportunity here for the Rhinos as Myler flings the ball into centre field and finds Dwyer. Here now is Cameron Smith. Smith, with a solid enough run, gets to within 7 or 8 metres of that Castleford line. Referee has his arm in the air. It's the last tackle here, but there is a mistake and they play the ball. It's a knock-on by Cameron Smith. Mistakes all over the shop.
And those are the fine margins when Dave Furner talked about his side almost getting there. I think Guilty of something similar over in the south of France last weekend. It's got to be a clean play of the ball. They've got to get to the back end of the sets and complete what was their second set, but their first full set of 6.
I think that was the ergo in it, the balloon then, as he blew all that out.
Yes, wasn't the outcome of that set that he expected, anticipated. That solid out from Leeds in defence. There was no way forward for Grant Millington on that particular occasion. To play the ball here, they come now with Peter Matautia. Samoan fullback, the Tigers. He gets to his feet and plays the ball to Milner, the stand-in hooker. They have a stand-in hooker in Milner. They have a stand-in scrum half in Paul McShane. So it's a little bit of a makeshift side, if Darryl Powell will excuse the expression. There is to Ilona here. David Furner speaking in the press this week and in the interviews about there's another mistake from McShane, about how impressed he was with the way Ilona here took the fact that he had been dropped from the side for last week's trip to Perpignan. He's on the sidelines again here tonight and watching as Dwyer feeds the ball to Myler. Myler finds Conrad. Conrad goes for 1, goes for 2, bounces through 3. What a try! What a try for Conrad Howell! Well, Howell gets his 5th try of the season, including 1 last Saturday against the Catalan Dragons, 1 tonight here against the Castleford Tigers. And as a result of the mistake from Castleford, Leeds get over in the next set. Conrad Howell with the try.
Normally so reliable. Not used to playing in a half-back role, and when you've got someone like Conrad Howell, who's all power, and he's good value as well. I imagine there's defenders in 2 ways who get up quick on him and then close their eyes, knowing what's going to be coming at them. He's big, he's powerful, he gets into his strike quick. He's got decent footwork as well. Look, he has that ball tucked in one wing, he's never going to pass it.
That is a good defender that he manages to stand on, Conrad Howell. He gets an early ball. The important aspect of that play that Richie Myler catches that ball, gives the big man time on the ball, and he stands up Greg Minikin, and then he carried 2 or 3 defenders. It's all come off the back of possession. They've had the ball, they've had the field position, they've managed to convert it.
4-0 to Leeds. Talking to someone today, he'd likened Conrad Howell to Justin Carney, the tank on the flank. I think he's even bigger, I think he's even stronger than Justin Carney, and he absolutely proved that that was the case there. Here it's Sutcliffe, off the post. Leeds 4, Castleford 0.
Richard Myler certainly is, to echo what Barry said, he knows the man who to get the ball to. Give it him early, give it him quick, and let him do what he does best here. Pouring through the defenders, and we're going to see much more of that here throughout the rest of this game. Leeds on this left-hand side, and a lot of joy last week through the great passes from Myler. Early ball to the players on the left flank, giving them a chance to show what they can do. But Leeds started well in previous games. Dave Furner, the coach, said before the match, they started both halves last week. The first 10 minutes of both periods particularly strongly. Put points on the board. Can they do it though for 80?
Well, I suppose as far as Castleford are concerned, this is damage limitation, because they were penalised for the very first tackle, then they dropped the ball inside their own half, and as a result of that second mistake, Leeds get over for the try, but the fitness of the post means that it's only 4 and not 6. And here's Henry feed now to Castleford. I mean, the error count is mounting.
Trent Merrin leads the league.
Oh, it's a penalty, hang on, it's a penalty.
Yeah, it's offside. It's offside, he was in front of the man who played it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Trent Merrin leads the leagues in offload. Came over here to this country with a reputation as an offloader. And the fullback Jack Walker trailing round the back is expecting the ball, but it's a little bit too high for him to deal with.
So a golden opportunity here for Castleford to level the scores as Holmes takes it underneath the shadow of those Leeds Rhinos posts. Adam Milner is the dummy half, and he fires the pass to Millington. Millington then will find Truman wide to Matautia. Tries to go inside Callum Watkins. Doesn't manage it. Plays the ball quickly. Here is Truman again, shape to kick. Give it instead to Millington. Takes the return. Up and over the top. Right into the ribs of Alex Foster.
That ball was in the air for far too long. Arms up over his head and then whack.
This is Watts. Watts drops it off then to Michael Shelton. Solid Leeds defence on it.
This is the stuff of nightmares, they said it. I watched Callum Watkins' testimonial when those two jousted. Alex Foster came out on the better side on that afternoon. It looks like
Briscoe's moved it up the line. Comes a beautiful ball to Myler. Supporter right from Myler. It's going the wrong way. There's a supporting player, Ash Handley. Now he's trying to follow up behind the red flag. The missing tackles. Oh, the pass is kept in field by Hurrell somehow. Two Super League's top try scorer, Handley. He is tackled by Grant Millington. Last tackle now for Leeds. Myler drills the ball down the line, looking for the line, only finds Greg Minikin.
I'll tell you what is impressive from the Leeds side. A team low in the league table, still got the confidence to throw the passes they've done. They've won from Briscoe to Myler, again in their own half. Don't forget, they lost possession with a Trent Merrin offload on the previous set, so they've still got the confidence to still play and take on this Tigers outfit.
Senny Lefeo plays the ball to Milner. Here now is Liam Watt at the back door to Senny Lefeo again. They go down the left-hand side here with Greg Eden. He's one try behind Ash Handley in the try-scoring charts. As Greg Eden had a horror show last week, I'm sure by his own admission against St Helens. He wants to redress the balance here tonight. He was hooked from the field after 50 minutes by Darryl Powell. This is Truman. The high hanging kick. Walker's underneath it, takes it cleanly. Tautier trying to drag him back towards the goal line.
Well, that youngster at the back, he's not phased at all, is he? With the pressure of this game. He's 19 years of age, and he's played this his 42nd appearance. That's incredible. In such a key role. We've got some great youngsters. Early is again involved in this play.
Yeah, full back in 7 of the first 8 and all of the last 3. Jack Walker. Outstanding young talent, 19 years of age. So many, as you rightly say, Tony, so many great young players littering the Bedford Super League at the moment. Oliver Holmes was chasing with a kicker. Tautier takes it cleanly but lands on the floor and allows Leeds to follow up and bring him down.
Eddie, the basics of playing rugby league is make sure that you turn the ball over on your terms, get to the end of your set, kick the ball long, and come up with a decent defensive set. And in that next set, that you have to do the hard stuff. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You're going to have to go through tough periods in the game and in seasons. You just got to get on with it. James
Clare will play the ball there to McShane. This is Milner now. Solid hit from Dwyer. Millington will take it forward once again for Castleford, as he does each and every week when he plays.
You see McShane again there, and he's not fitted into that hooking role more often than not behind the play the ball.
Slight concern, I think, about McShane before the match is his left leg has got a huge black knee bandage on.
That strapping, possibly covering something up he picked up over the last few weeks, and Phil's picked it up. Adam Milner, Paul McShane will interchange, go at the back of the play the ball, or be one pass or two pass out. Both players capable. Whether they're experts or not, we'll wait and see.
Jamie Jones Buchanan talking about the youngsters in this Leeds side. There's the opposite end of the scale. 37 years young in his 21st and final season is Jamie Jones Buchanan, a great favourite on the terraces here at Headingley. Last tackle for Leeds. Sutcliffe gets the ball wide. This is Smith. That was forward. Oh, the referee or touch judge has picked that up. Doesn't matter now because Sutcliffe has got the ball anyway, and it's in touch on that far side. That's the turnover. That would have drifted forward, that pass.
Do you know what, I bet you his heart was in his mouth. There, Furner, Michael Shenton, if he goes for that, picks it on the earth, that could have been a try that Leeds would have conceded. They get away with it. They turn the ball over 10 metres from Cass's line. Let's see what their attitude's like here.
Stuart Cummings has just given me the signal that it was a nice little draw from right to left, and it came back.
Passed out of his hands backwards and it just drifted forward. That's okay.
I'll tell you what, Tez, I know you said David Furner's heart was in his mouth. I bet Cameron Smith's heart was in his mouth as soon as he passed that ball and he saw it was tantalisingly close to the centre, Michael Shenton.
Move, Jamie! Go!
Castleford then in possession again with Alex Foster. Tackled by Myler, helped out by Dwyer. They come down the short side again though. McShane just swaps Myler away. Then there's a mistake. And Leeds have got the ball back. Courtesy of Watkins. He plays it quickly. Referee will bring them back.
There was a knock-on, but importantly, for the Leeds Rhinos fans, the Leeds Rhinos players, and it was Callum Watkins was first down on the ball. And the the referee brings the players back. A little bit of hesitation in the Castleford Tigers players, but urgency in the blue and amber shirts.
Okay, Paul, come here.
There was something that Richie Miley didn't like with Paul and Shane.
Referee not happy with Paul and Shane.
We've gone up. I'm not sure where they've gone in. Just be really, really careful.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
And the use of an elbow off the ball.
That's what it was.
Used a forearm, I think, sorry.
He got the ball from dummy half, he's picked it up, and then he's going to wait rid of him there. Straight away, Rich Miley jumps up and he looks at the referee. Look at that. Wow.
Well, that gets worse every time we see it. There might be something said about that later next week. Sutcliffe now will take it forward for the Rhinos.
Wait here, please. Wait. Go.
Watkins finds Cameron Smith.
2, move, Leon. Line.
10 metres away. Gets to his feet. Dwyer at dummy half. Here's Merrin. Merrin then to Ireland on the worst of the experience. He finds Walker. It's Handley. That's good defence. They're trying to get him over the line, but Handley does well. The referee says it's a penalty to Leeds because of the second effort to try pushing over the line once the tackle had been completed.
Yeah, that's it, Eddie. Second effort, you could see the touchline is so close yet. The Cas players couldn't resist by just that lending that bit more weight to try and get on the field of play.
12.5 minutes gone. I don't think it is the start that Darryl Powell would have wanted this somehow.
But Leeds Rhinos, they don't look an anxious side as well. They're playing with an awful lot of confidence.
They are, and this is Petteroo. Look how close they are again, Leeds. Just a few metres away from the Castleford line as Myler has the ball in hand again. He gives it to Sutcliffe. Tries to go inside Truman with the help from Senny Lefeo and Watts. He's pulled down.
Go.
Merrin again, trying to dummy them to go left and then came back right. And another dummy from Merrin. 2 in the 1 wrong.
Release. 3.
3 gone as far as Castleford are concerned in defence. Short pass. Chance here, but the Castleford defence muscling up well then against Olensky. This is Sutcliffe, a little dab. A poor one, really, but well claimed.
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. You've got to make sure you get those right. Olensky coming up with a decent challenge in the middle of the field, and you get off to the right-hand side. You've got to make sure that you dab that ball through the defensive line.
The Leeds defence is pretty impressive early.
Well, they're hitting, they're wrapping up, they're working very hard, especially with the likes of Metalti, all the dangerous plays, Clare Eden, who've got an awful lot of speed getting in early on in the set.
Once again, Millington takes it forward, this time legally with the hand, the palm of the hand into the face and throat of Brad Dwyer. It's the last tackle here for Castleford, so the kick from Truman is towards the... This is a good kick. This is going to stay, and it will... Oh, well, it's even better now. It actually turned on its head, that, didn't it? I thought it was going to invite Leeds to run this ball back from a very deep situation. Look for all measure, and then suddenly...
He's impressive, isn't he? I think that when you look at Jake Truman play, he loves the responsibility. Obviously, he's going to be the key player. I said that last week when Jordan Rankin was playing, but he loves the responsibility of bossing Cass around.
It's a minor detail, but he was helped with that kick because of a quicker play of the ball. Grant Millington wasn't put to ground. And if Leeds are critical of anything this season at times, I don't think they've put their opponent on the ground when there's been 3 men around the tackle. 15 minutes into the game, I understand you're starting to breathe a bit heavier now at this point in time, and you're not always as good as you were at the beginning. But putting their opponent on the ground is, I think, a key indicator of how well Leeds are doing with the defence.
Castleford beat Leeds 3 times last year. 25-24 at Ellen Road, 38-10 at the Magic Weekend in Newcastle, and then in July 42-10 at the Jungle. And in fact, they've lost only 1 of the last 12 against Leeds, but it was the one that really mattered. It was the grand final in 2017.
And it was a big one for Leeds to win and a big one for Cass to lose. And in this game, during the season, it's been the try scorers who've taken the plaudits, and if anything's gone wrong on the scoreboard, fans and spectators and Dave Furner has been able to say, well, Ash Hanley, Conrad Earl, they're doing okay. But for me, Brad Dwyer has been right at the heart of everything. There's a kick, charge down, do they get 6 more? No.
Wasn't charged down, says Ben Taylor, so the kick came in and it was a bit of a bedraggled line that went for it, and Matauti was able to pick it up.
And you look again, these sets of 6, these tackles that are made, Brad Dwyer will be involved in the majority of them. The number 14, he's keeping Matt Parcell out, Australian, that had such a good season last season. And his work rate and effort is a big indicator for Leeds as well.
Here is a penalty for Castleford now. Hands in at the play of the ball as Clare was trying to get to his feet.
You can see he's just trying to dominate him for a couple of seconds too long for the referees, like in Ben Taylor.
This is Liam Watts now. The Leeds fans not 100% convinced that that was a penalty. Down the short side they go with Truman. Short ball, Shenton forward.
He was frustrated last week, wasn't he? I've never seen him lose his composure so much, but you could see going at the line, he attracts Petteru, thinks that there's some gap and space opens up behind Petteru. Shenton, it's a really good line, but he needs to time that better.
The ball out the back to Jesse Senilafeo. That was perhaps, if he had his time again, the what he'd choose. And Daryl Powell has turned up here today. Let's hope Daryl Powell, who was at last week's game, doesn't turn up again, and he doesn't need to get on the field and have a word with his players.
Out!
Well, the way that Leeds have started defending this evening, it belies the fact, actually, that they have conceded more tries, 37, and more points, 214, than any other team in Super League.
It's amazing, isn't it? Just the defence close to the line hasn't been good enough. It's not as though they've had to do that much more time on the line, but opponents have been able to crash over when they've got close. They've been lucky so far in this game, almost 80 minutes, that the Tigers haven't been there. What a great tackle there. Timing and the technique, fantastic.
On Mikolaj Oledzki.
And if I'm talking about Brad Dwyer defensively, you've got to mention all the holes right round the midsection. Did 42, missed a couple in that 60 feet, but 42 defensive efforts he put in.
This is a high kick. Myler, he claimed it well. He claimed it really well, did James Clare. Now Minikin.
He was under some pressure, wasn't he, from Jamie Jones Buchanan. Look at this when he goes up in the air.
Greg Eden. He had a nightmare 50 minutes against St Helens, but he has scored 9 tries, including 2 hat-tricks against Leeds since 2017. I think Daryl Powell giving him great respect tonight. And saying to him, well, go on, go out and prove the doubters wrong on this, arguably Castleford's most important night of the year so far against the big city slickers from just up the road. Last tackle here for Castleford. Truman did well to jink away from trouble, then gets a crossfield kick in, looking for Clare. The ball is patted down and is picked up by Walker, who was on that in a flash.
Good positioning from the youngster, wasn't it, to come to the rescue of Ash Hanley. Here he is, Ash Hanley. He goes up, knocks the ball backwards, knows that his fullback's going to be there or thereabouts, but Paul McShane was there as well. A real tough game this, isn't it? Everyone's getting involved. It's just all about for both of these sides, I think, about getting your performance right.
Here comes Sutcliffe again. Preferred at standoff and happier at standoff last week. And he is in the second row. It was Dwyer's kick.
Sometimes you want your key men, whether it be your halfbacks or your hooker, to step up and just knock the ball off the field, say, yeah, let's get together. We've had a good 20 minutes here. We haven't been dominated by Castleford. We've been playing some good football. Lads are turning up for each other, pushing up into that next hole at the line.
That's one of their better kicks, but I don't think that is a good kick, is it? They've actually found the sideline, they've got to restart, but really the level they're trying to play at here, getting more than 15 minutes on a kick, 50 metres on a kick has got to be what they've got to aim for. Sutcliffe's kicks, previous to that, he came up with 2 and they didn't really get to where they needed them to be. Other than that, you're right, their enthusiasm has been unquestionable here for 20 minutes.
Midway through this first half, and tomorrow night we're in East Yorkshire. We're in West Yorkshire tonight. We're at Hull FC to take on one of the early pace setters, the Warrington Wolves. It's a 7 o'clock start tomorrow on Sky Sports Arena. As Castleford get a penalty for a ball steal in the tackle, Trent Merrin.
Well, this is where things started to go wrong for them in France last week. They had good control in that game, but they conceded lots of penalties. And then when they got close to their own line, they weren't strong enough to hold out. Here's a first real examination where their opponents will start 25 metres from the line here, 6 players to get over it.
Apologies to Trent Merrin. I don't actually think it was him that had hands in the ball. Was it Petteru?
Go.
Well, Oliver Holmes has got his hands on the ball now for Castleford as they look to make hay after that penalty.
Go.
That was Milner, this is Millington. He gets it away to Truman. Truman then finds Matautia, a little dummy from Matautia. Watkins does well. Wasn't sold it.
Play ball. Go, free.
Shenton thought about the pass, now passes. Jesse Senalifeo again. They're trying to get him into touch. Goes down. This is Truman, who finds Watts. Watts running at the line, gives it to Holmes. That's one here for Castleford. They want a repeat set at least. They might get something more. They might get something more. They will get something more, and that is Liam Watts. Although the referee hasn't given it yet. Liam Watts celebrating maybe with a try on the field.
Checking the ground in,
His call to the international squad announced this week. He's had an impressive start to the season. Has he got Castleford level?
Well, big, powerful player, isn't he, Liam Watts? He had numbers outside him, but he spotted Richie Miley in front of him, and he goes straight at him. So he's been very good this year. Powerful player.
If this is given, it'll be his third in 6 games. For Castleford, there doesn't look anything wrong with that.
Well, you called it, Eddie. Last tackle, everybody's expecting a kick. Everybody's thinking that Castleford Tigers will want the repeat set because that's the best outcome, and it ends up in the big number 8's arms, and he sees Richie Miley in front of him and he says, do you know what, I'm going to grab myself a meat pie, and he just has.
Liam Watts then. Nobody knew Cockney rhyming slang, and I didn't even know that meat pie was a try, but anyway, I get where you're coming from.
Well, this is the problem that they've had. You said, Eddie, that they're the only team to concede over 200 points in Super League this season. And this is the first time they're asked to defend their own line for 6 players. They're unable to do it. It's the reason why they've struggled and why they will continue to struggle unless they form some sort of an ability to hold out for 1, 2, 3 sets of 6 on their own line. Watts crashes over. He's been brilliant for them this season. Puts them level, possibly ahead here with this conversion attempt.
Yes, a try for Liam Watts. Barry, I don't know whether you're getting confused with mince pies, because mince pies are the eye.
Any pie will do for me. Don't you worry about that.
So in rugby league terms, a meat pie's a try. Cockney rhyming slang, mince pies is your eye. Right, keep your mince pies here, everyone, on the tout here. Oh, he's hit the post as well. It's a similar fate that struck Liam Sutcliffe, but it's 4-all.
Well, 22 minutes gone. This has been a good game, hasn't it? There, Furner talked about cutting out errors and make sure you sort your discipline out. Well, they didn't do that. They stripped the ball from that man. The big, powerful charger that he is. Always attracts defenders because you know he's got a decent offload. You've got to wrap up that ball. But he keeps pumping those legs, gets forward and scores that try.
Well, we have just seen Peter Matautia, who's never kicked a goal before, and he hits the beans on toast at the post.
From the kick-off, James Clark. Well, there's no total between him and Minikin. Both of the players go for it. When you score a try, your concentration, your focus has got to be good. And that young man, well, he's trying to lift the concentration, the energy battles up for this Rhino side, knowing that they're close to the Cass's line. Can they get over there?
So in feed to the Leeds Rhinos at this scrum. Dwyer from the base of the scrum finds Merrin. There's Sutcliffe. And Smith will have a charge into the chest of Senalifeo. Cameron Smith is pulled to ground. Lays the ball to Watkins. Here's Merrin again.
He'd look to try and set up to the right side of the post and give Conrad Huddle early ball over here on the left.
Castleford very wary of Merrin. He's Super League's top offloader. This is Smith again. He's held up on his back.
Well done, you're right. He's becoming left side, and Conrad Hurrell is becoming the tale and the story of Leeds Rhinos' general attacking play. And when we'll see Callum Watkins get a goal.
Pete, get on the line. Peter. No.
10 out. Here's Myler. Gets it back to Walker. Walker finds Hurrell. Look out. Well, he's deadly from that range. Referee hasn't given it yet. There must be a threat of an obstruction in that play, and they've given no try on the field. So looking for obstruction in the build-up to this.
Well, he's so dangerous. Castleford defenders. Well, everything's clear to here now. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, does he get through the line? Well, there you go.
Stuart, what do you think?
Well, he's in the defensive line, so they're going to chalk this off without a problem. Any player who's getting the defensive line and stopping the defence being able to move across, they will deem that as obstruction.
So it's all right to hear.
Yeah, he doesn't get through the line, he stays in the line there and blocks the player coming across.
And Conrad Huddle, when he drops back underneath, that's the line, that's the defender that would have been involved in the tackle. The man who was obstructing, I think it's Alex Foster and Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Well, the Leeds fans aren't convinced. But we know what this is going to be. It's going to be a red light from video referee James Child. And that was certainly more clear-cut than the one we had last week.
Yeah, with Ben Curry. But this play works for him. Even if he gets through the line, and it is a one-on-one with a defender, you see how destructive he is 5 metres from the line.
I think Barry raises a great question here. Derek Castleford on the attack with an offload. Okay, Conrad Huddle's a great player on the left side, but they've got Callum Watkins on the right. They've had twice as much action this season out to the left centre. They need to find a way to get quality ball to Callum Watkins, otherwise he's just a defender playing over on the right.
And my point is, as predictable as they were when Callum Watkins was the only option, they've split that threat on the left and the right side, and now they're only going to the left.
Castleford in possession though, with Matautia. Almost knocks Jamie Jones-Buchanan off his feet. This is the try scorer, Liam Watts. Rich vein of try-scoring form is the prop forward, and great recognition for him in the international squad this week. Another man included in that England squad. The ball goes down the left-hand side with Truman in the air. The ball bounces, touching goal, second tackle, restart.
It's taken 25 minutes for Castleford to put it on the head of Tom Briscoe. I wonder how long it'll be before Leeds put the ball on the head of Greg Eden. Both players have a tough job dealing with those high balls, I think it's fair to say. And if you're going to be clinical, if you're going to be ruthless, that might be the end to your set and the point that you put your high kicks.
War and peace here at Headingley between Leeds and Castleford. Castleford needing the win to retain third place in the table and keep in touch with Warrington and St Helens, who are the two teams leading the way at the moment. If you just dropped in from Mars, you would believe that Leeds are at the foot of the table in 2019.
They only lost to St Helens by less than a converted try. They've had a bit of bad luck amongst them with the poor performances. 3 games by less than 6 points. They don't want another close one tonight.
This is Tom Holroyd, 18-year-old prop forward, substitute in the last two. High hopes of Holroyd in this part of the world. Horrell, they can't stop him. He just keeps the legs pounding. He gets to within 10 of the Castleford line and plays the ball to Dwyer. Here now is Myler. Myler will find Sutcliffe. Out high it goes, looking for Briscoe. Found by Watkins, gets it away. Briscoe! And the referee again will have a look at this. And they've got no try again. They have no try again. And maybe a push in the air or a knock-on in the air.
Well, there you go. I said it'd taken 25 minutes for Tom Briscoe to get one and put him under pressure. The Rhinos go down the other end of the field, and Greg Eden is the man at the back waiting to collect and catch that bomb.
Stuart, if the referee thinks it's no try because of a knock-on, why does he allow play to go on here?
Well, it just gives him the opportunity to have another look at it, confirm what he's seen. And I think he's seeing a knock-on in the air there. It goes from Callum Watkins onto Greg Eden.
There was separation. Or was it the fact that the two hands came together? No, it was definitely not.
It was definitely Watkins first.
And they're not looking any further, so again, Leeds will be denied.
It's two. Twice they've got over the line.
No try, knock on.
Twice they've got over the line.
Twice they've done it legally, haven't they? Over on the left, now over here on the right-hand side. But that shows how dangerous both of the centres can be.
Hand over.
It was on the last, so it's the turnover. Castleford back in possession.
Go.
Look here now to try and restrict the yardage. Ben Casford plays every time they're carrying the ball. Bend them in two and slow them down as well. Good carry as well, wasn't it, from Junior Moores?
And he took on Brad Singleton.
And that's all you need.
Pace here.
A strong carry, a quick play of the ball, and these plays then exploit it.
Here they come, Castleford with Milner.
Fine. Move. Go.
Good tackle that was by Cameron Smith. Truman, again, a high kick down that side. Well played by Walker.
He just looks so mature at the back. You look watching the youngster, he backs his own ability, he's dynamic at the back. Well, he's only looking at that ball, he's not looking at the defenders in front of him.
Leeds believing Castleford had straight offside and play the ball. At least the supporters believing that. Here goes Watkins now. So not being starved, the possession will take it up from dummy half.
But sometimes if Casford overload the defence trying to look after Conrad Huddle, then the right hand side there'll be some space for Callum Watkins.
Holroyd plays the ball. Shoulder was in across the chest. Whatever it is.
Well, that's just raised the levels of physicality, hasn't it? Brad Singleton with that first one. They need to control it though, Leeds, and have a full intact line when those Castleford ball carriers are coming. I think that's the right call.
This is a knock-on against Castleford though. They are helping Leeds. Every time they covet possession in their own half, Castleford are inviting the Rhinos to score again. Certainly had two chalked off.
Yeah, and you don't want to be gifting Leeds Rhinos.
Well, he's still on his knees, isn't he? Even though he loses possession, it should be a penalty, shouldn't it, to Leeds?
The balls, I'm afraid, in Super League are appalling. I'm sorry, they are.
All I'd say is you don't want to be gifting the opposition penalties like Castleford are here.
I agree, Eddie.
You try and talk to that man about that play then, Phil.
Pete, I'm not waiting for
There's
you.
a feeling that if the rock was cleaned up, although there's allegedly no appetite for it amongst the coaches and the players, if the rocks were cleaned up, there'd be a much better spectacle. It's pretty good as it is.
Let me tell you, there's an appetite if you're getting a penalty.
To move.
See, you very rarely see a ball actually touch the foot. Anyway, enough of the whinge. This is Sutcliffe, and he finds Walker. Nearly gets through, so nearly gets through. Truman stuck to him, and with help from Shenton, down he goes. Watkins finds Dwyer. Dwyer shaped to pass to Holroyd. Takes a lot to bring him down. Down he goes in the end. Sutcliffe weighs up the opportunities left and right. Comes in the middle. Merrin will find Myler. Myler to Harrell. Super League's top try scorer. This one's not being required. Upstairs. And Champion gets his 9th try of the season. And those 9 tries include a hat-trick last Saturday in defeat in Perpignan. He got 2 tries against Castleford last year at Ellen Road, and he ended up on the losing side. He's just scored his first try tonight, and he's given Leeds an 8-4 advantage.
Well, here's the penalty that Leeds Rhinos get. James Crowe making the mistake. I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Trent Merrin. You look at the man who passes this ball, the amount of times he's standing outside of the scrum or standing wide of the run, he delivers this pass like a halfback. The width he gets on this, Richie Myler runs onto the ball, he doesn't break a stride, and because of that, it's then he delivers an easy pass for Conrad Huddle, and then in turn to Ash Handley. Lethal left edge.
We all know how powerful Conrad Hurrell is, and he's like a machete when he seeds into that line, but he's also got the fine, accurate scalpel when he needs to, where he just tips that ball onto Ash Handley. I said at the start of the year, Ash Handley will get a boatload of tries standing outside Conrad Hurrell. It will be a relief for David Furner. His side made more line breaks than Catalan Dragons, but couldn't capitalise and score the points his side needed.
Now then, Sutcliffe hit the post with his first. Oh, he's almost, and he's hit the post with the second.
Incredible. You ever see 3 tries and 3 conversion attempts all into the upright? This is
that was a slice.
certainly. It invites him onto it. And his decision making has been fantastic, hasn't it? When to take on the line and when to run. Well, that doesn't swerve in. We had a 25-24 game between these two last March. Looks like, I think, Eddie, this could be equally as close.
Nearly 33 minutes of the first half. Leeds ahead by 4 points, 8-4. Well, had a nail-biter this morning from the NRL. We'll probably have another tomorrow. Canberra Raiders with all the English contingent against Newcastle Knights, 6:55 on Sky Sports Arena. And on Saturday morning at 6:25, I would set my alarm for that, definitely. North Queensland against Cronulla, and that's on Sky Sports Arena as well. Actually, if they kicked off at 10 o'clock, I wouldn't be with them. I'll record it on Sky Q. Oh, wasn't there?
Well, Conrad Hurrell, the man who's made more metres and carries than anyone else in this Rhinos side. He comes in, he tries to play off the back of Brad Dwyer. He looks up, sees Liam Watts, he tries to readjust his lines.
Late decision there, weren't it, from Brad Dwyer? He comes out, he sees that Liam Watts, typically big men, big fellas, the number 8 for Castleford Tigers, bucks the trend really, stays on for 50, 60, 70 minutes. Brad Dwyer looks out, thinks, I've got a big man, he should be fatigued, but he doesn't count on the engine of Liam Watts.
Leeds leading by 4 points, courtesy of the Ash Handley try, his 9th of the season, his 45th try in 85 games for the Leeds Rhinos. And a lot of people's tip to be Super League's top try scorer in 2019. Long way to go yet. This is Junior Moores.
3 movement! Wait here, please. Okay, 3.
Milner, they're 20 metres away. Castleford, they go left. Truman, further left to Matautia, who escapes the clutches of Watkins. Lost a bit of ground, but he finds Liam Watts. Liam Watts has the ball free in the right hand, was thinking of the offload. Plays the ball, it was scruffy again. This is Moores. Oh, nice dummy. He sent Holroyd the wrong way.
Good tackle by Walker to stop a big man like that. I know he was helped by Holroyd.
Well played to Holroyd. He was the man who was beaten. And then he gets back and helps out his young teammate Jack Walker.
Well, the ball was delayed, and I think that Milner thinks he might have scored here. I think Adam Milner thinks he scored. What does the referee think?
No
try there either.
There's a warning sign if it's not a try. It could well be a try. We'll have to wait and see how close Adam Milner goes. But Leeds Rhinos consistently this year from 5 and 10 metres out look vulnerable.
Well, 3 tries last week they conceded from close range, and that does Adam Milner get over the try line. Well, to me it looks like the ball's on the line. Man who's made 23 tackles already in this game. He's so alert to that play of the ball. He's so alert to what's in front of him. Plays with his head up. Is there a Rhino's hand underneath the ball? Yeah, I think there is.
Well, they've got to find, or James Child has got to find, a conclusive 100% proof that the
sufficient evidence. Sufficient evidence is.
I thought it was only.
It can't be 100%. No,
it is. That's the best angle. He's held up.
He's held up.
The referee thought it was 100% that you could turn the try. This no try decision on sufficient.
Sufficient is the word.
Well, I put
sufficient evidence there.
100% is sufficient.
Correct.
Back here.
No try anyway. So if it's 60-40, it's sufficient.
It's in the
eye of the beholder.
It's in the mind of the video referee.
Well, James Child's convinced them they've turned the ball over on the Leeds line.
Can they get through to half-time with just this 4-point lead without conceding?
When did they put sufficient in the book? I can't even spell it.
About 4 years ago.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was concrete proof. 100 anyway.
There you go. Tom Holroyd came over the top.
Way.
Yeah. Jack Walker made the tackle close to the line. Tom Holroyd over the top. Here we go.
He's a big physical player, isn't he, for 18 years of age?
And I tell you what, he got one round the chin then.
And the chops.
From Holroyd. Here's a knock-on by Leeds.
Closing games out, closing halves out. 25 metres from your line. What have you got to do? You've got to make sure you get to your kick. You recognise what's going on. That's just a bit too smart for Callum Watkins. There's nothing really on, even if he delivers that pass. There's Castleford defenders inside. Look, you can see Senny Lefeo, Truman, Watts. He's got nowhere to go.
And
really took Briscoe.
Watkins' trailing arm that knocked the ball forward. Well, Castleford won't be complaining because they have an opportunity here with 3.5 minutes to go to the half-time siren. But Matautia being hounded down by Dwyer and Singleton.
A red alert every time he gets the ball, Matautia.
Matt Cook now.
That's 2. Move! Ready, Jack!
And it is a concussion assessment for Junior Moores after that swinging right arm from young Holroyd.
3, move, Trent! Line!
By the way, so they've got 15 minutes, which is a good length of time, considering the half-time is on the way. Oops. Forster loses the ball forward, and Leeds breathe the side relief.
Good defensive line from Leeds Rhinos. We've not got the edge plays right the way through this half have been getting up quick, turning the ball back inside, and Castleford looking up, they've got no options, so they're really running around, knowing what to do.
I had to watch that again to see who made that big tackle there. Richie Myler picked Alex Foster up, who's not the biggest of players, don't get me wrong, he's about 100 kgs, but he picks him up.
Okay, let's back,
He just manhandles him, albeit he's looking at the ball, Alex Foster.
Oh, you tell you what, it drops him into a terrible position.
1, move
A terrible tackle.
Yeah, I think the match review panel might be looking at that one on Monday. Puts him into a dangerous position.
This, meanwhile, is Cameron
2,
Smith.
move! Back here, boys.
His 4th Leeds appearance of the year. He was standoff, remember, in the 22-27 home defeat to Wakefield. I think he's more at home where he's playing tonight. Walker with a run. Walker with a great run. He finds Myler.
Sharp on all the key players for the 2 points here. The key players looking really sharp. Richie Myler, Brad Dwyer, Jack Walker. Brad Dwyer gets out, then it's Richie Myler. Always looking to link up, then he's getting up to play the ball. You see Peter Matautia is locked in to his right leg. Allow him to play it quickly.
Bang in the face as well, Matautia. He couldn't get out of the way. This could be another concussion assessment for Castleford coming up.
Peter Matautia, he is one of those X-Factor players that Darryl Powell will want to keep on the field. Richie Myler, when he goes down, I think he looks, to me, Eddie, I think he's okay there.
Where is the head clash?
I think he's okay. He's just playing for
He got a bang on the head by the boot, Barry, I think.
I did think when the tackle was made, he knew what he was doing, give the penalty away. When he stayed down on the floor, we have another look at the replays. Richie Myler made the break. The tackle was made. Let's have a look.
So at that point, I think he's okay, isn't he?
Yeah.
He gets a bit of a knee.
Richard Myler from the tackle. About 2 minutes to go at the other end of the field.
Yeah, he gets the knee. He gets the knee. I think that's when he cuts his cheek. It's nothing that happens later on down on the floor.
Well, there's blood.
I'm not watching more than you.
Problems for Darryl Powell. We've seen Junior Moores off the field for a concussion test. Will Matautia follow?
I've watched it a few times there, and I think that's a scuff and a scrape of the boot as he's hit him round the ankles, or maybe caught or collected something that's scraped him rather than an impact. Rather than an impact. I've watched it a few times. I can't agree with you, but
so where's the blood come from?
I think he scraped his face on the boot as he's round near the ankles.
Sutcliffe this time is in front of the post with 30 metres out. And he doesn't mess with that. Ball kick because it means that David Furner's Leeds are a converted try ahead with half a minute remaining in this first half. 10-4.
Still 40 minutes to go in this game after the half-time break. We're up against the Castleford side that want to respond, that want to make sure they get back to winning ways after the performance they put in last week. And Darryl Powell, we saw him just before half-time last week. He was a frustrated man. And I'm sure that going into the break at half-time, he'll want them to cut the errors down, make sure that they're disciplined, and really match the Rhinos for their efforts.
Nothing in it with 12 seconds remaining of this first half. Deep kick-off. Walker underneath it. Singleton to trundle it back as far as Liam Watts. And that'll probably do us, I think. There's the half-time siren. The ball was not in play. And so Leeds turn round, leading by 10 points to 4. Remember, last week in Pavilion they led 12-0 and 16-6. They went on to lose the match. Conrad Howell in great form in this first half. He's had a try scored, he's had one disallowed. Hanley has added a second try for Leeds. Watts got the Castleford try. They made it 4 apiece. We've had 3 conversions that have hit the post. We've had 1 penalty goal that has gone in between the posts, and that's the reason why at half-time the Leeds Rhinos lead the Castleford Tigers by 10 points to 4.
Leeds Building Society, to our Kidsumaya ISC and our associate club sponsors, Berries, Dynamic Business Solutions, the Emerald Group, FPS, Global, Leeds Technical University, LSS.
Australia, as Darryl Powell makes his way back to his seat in the stands, the Castleford coach is not good from a Warrington point of view. Gareth Widdop injured his shoulder for the 3rd time in 18 months this morning, and he's due to arrive in Warrington for 2020. So we shall have to wait and see what happens there. I'm sure there'll be some anxious phone calls to the other side of the world from the Warrington Wolves over the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, it is Castleford who will begin this second half. Trailing by 6 points, very much not out of it. Leeds have been the better side, but they have had 2 tries chalked off, rightly by the video referee, and the Tigers are still in this.
Yeah, fine margins. This Cast side are never out of it. Especially when that man behind playing the ball, Paul McShane's on the field, just directing his troops what he wants from them. Both sides' completion rates not quite good enough in that first half. Let's see if there's an improvement in this second.
Truman's high kick under pressure from Dwyer finds Walker, who so far tonight has been as safe as houses underneath the high ball. Here now comes Tom Briscoe, the Leeds winger, is making his 39th consecutive appearance here, and in some try-scoring form, 4 in the last 4. Walker again with a good run from dummy half. Liam Sutcliffe waits.
Just looking for that quick play, the ball Eddie to exploit.
Over the halfway line, just for Leeds.
At the end of this set, we're going to probably see a kick. Castleford have got a new fullback. Callum Turner's come on now, hasn't it? Peter Mateta in the line. They're just trying to decide where this kick's most likely to go from Myler. Against that favoured left touchline. He did it repeatedly last week against the Castleford Dragons. It seems to be what they like to do at the end of sets.
He's got a very good long shot kicking game, hasn't he? Richie Myler spots that space, kicks it off the field. Into the second half, but it's all about the game control, the management, where you want to play the game.
Well, while we wait for this scrum, let's go to the sideline, because Bill Arthur has got news of what was said at half-time.
Eddie, Dave Furner, the Leeds Rhinos coach, pretty satisfied with that first 40 minutes, but 1 or 2 areas where there's room for improvement. In particular, cutting out the errors and stop giving away soft penalties, making the most of the opportunities that they've been presented with, and just try and make more yards when they're bringing the ball out of defence, that they can do better in that particular area. And Darryl Powell, for his part, says there's plenty of room for improvement from his side. The first half completion rate just not good enough. Too many errors. They've been giving away cheap penalties as well. They can run harder and be more competitive. That's the view of the Castleford Tigers coach, but neither of them obviously feeling that this game is beyond them. And Dave Furner, by recent standards, I think pretty happy with the way his side have shaped up.
As the ball again goes down that right-hand side, is palmed back into the arms of Walker.
They did incredibly well then. Leeds Rhinos said that when that ball goes up, there's a mistake made. I think it's by Ash Hanley when he's contesting the ball and picking up on Phil's point. Richie Myler, when he places that ball on the end of his toe, he collects about 15 or 20 metres, puts it over the sideline. It's not allowing his side to build pressure. They'll want to put it behind the line and get some repeat sets in this second half. Try and make Castleford Tigers double up on the defensive efforts.
Cameron Smith, he's tackled on tackle number 3. Now Dwyer will have a scamper from dummy half. It's a great run from Dwyer too.
Is he
halted by Holmes?
Is he ratting play so dangerous, isn't he?
Jamie Jones Buchanan, sideline.
Tackle, movement!
He has been replaced by this man, I think, James Donaldson. And Myler hoists the kick high again. Now then, here is a tester for Callum Turner. He's up to the mark. Another youngster, 19, and a 19-year-old tackling him in the shape of Jack Walker. Fullback or winger, he is Callum Turner. He was out on loan at Featherstone. He scored 30 points in the first 6 games of the championship. We're going to go straight back down to Bill.
Eddie, the second half only a few minutes old, and already Jamie Jones Buchanan having to leave the field, just being led back to the dressing room now for another head injury assessment. We've seen Junior, there is JJB going back to the dressing room. We've seen Junior Moores have one of those already towards the end of the first half. As you can see, he is back out there, and Jamie Jones Buchanan just, I think, picking up a stray elbow or something like that in these early minutes of the second half.
Eddie Young, Tom Holroyd as well, he's really struggling. He needs to come off. He's already made the signal to the bench. He got injured in the set before defending. He's tried to run it off, but the youngster's no good.
So we've got one 19-year-old on for Castleford. We've got an 18-year-old leaving the field in the shape of Tom Holroyd for Leeds. It's a little bit serious for Holroyd as well. Even when he's got 4 players on his back, he keeps making progress. There's young Holroyd in obvious discomfort as Merrin gets the pass away. And Oletsky will play the ball there to Dwyer. There's Myler. Again, it goes high. Is this going out on the full? Yes, it is. It lands in the front row of the new seating. Over there, and a shake of the head.
Dreadful kick. I know Dave Furner will be thinking the same thing. Building pressure, putting it over the try line. Trying to make Castleford work extra hard. He almost got caught in between the two. He's put it up high. On previous occasions, we've seen it just dribble over the sideline. It ended up being neither. Dreadful kick.
This Headingley ground is certainly taking shape. There's reduced capacity, of course, for a long time last year, but it will be one of, if not the best stadium in Super League when the work is finally completed on the cricket field side opposite us. Leeds, of course, bottom of the table. They won't even be thinking that they might be thrown by relegation to the Championship and taking the new stand and the new stadium down with them. But they need the win tonight, there's no doubt about that. 2 points adrift. Walker, though, is a growing test.
He's quality at the back, isn't he? Pinching himself, thinking how young he is. He looks like a real experienced pro.
This fellow's not bad either, Oletsky.
Yeah, some great youngsters, haven't they?
Eddie, just cast your mind back to when Leeds Rhinos first gave Jack Walker his first probably 3 or 4 starts, and I can remember you and I having a conversation. I was saying he's as confident as anybody I've ever come across. He'll get up for those high bombs. He'll catch the majority of them, and when he does drop the odd one, it won't faze him and it won't knock his confidence. He's had a good, 47 minutes so far.
A pass from Singleton. Finds Trent Merritt. Then Matt Cook and co find him. He will play the ball. And Sutcliffe measures the kick. This is a real test. And it was up to the mark was Eden.
Well done, Greg Eagles. That ball was going absolutely everywhere. Michael Shenton now for this. Wicked.
Great take.
Yeah.
Super take from Eden.
It's been very controlled, hasn't it, from Castleford here? A lot of just single man, one pass, man makes meters, like they say, don't they? They've got a patient approach to the second half to build the way back into it. 8 minutes, slowly working the way down to the left-hand side of this field.
This is Junior Moores, he gets it away, and Senny Lefeo will take over after the pass from Truman. Lefeo plundering gain some more yards inside Leeds territory. Last one here for the Castleford Tigers. Truman stabs it through, it ricochets off the legs of Watkins. Watkins now. Watkins brushes away one challenge. But well done, young Turner. Well done, Callum Turner. He stuck to the task, but they are in a bit of a disarray in terms of defence. Here is Walker. Walker gets the ball back to Liam Sutcliffe. That's a super try. It began, it had its origins in their own half of the field. It wasn't the best kick, to be fair, from Castleford. It ricocheted off the leg. It was picked up by Watkins. Watkins, he held on to the ball. Castleford couldn't get back in numbers. Leeds spotted it, turned it forward, and in the end, Liam Sutcliffe gets over for the try.
Watkins finds himself with some space in front of him. But well done to young Callum Turner here. He got a bit of a see you later into his face. First of all, he never gave up. He brought him down. And Callum Watkins, nice and composed. He just had to get up, play the ball quickly. He passes the ball inside, and what about those two youngsters linking up together?
Excellent composure by Sutcliffe. Lovely left foot step. Stays in the frame, Sutcliffe. When he passes that ball, he stays alive. And just in case Jack Walker doesn't go for the line, doesn't plough his head down and bury his way, it was a long distance, he comes back on the inside. Wonderful transition. Transition, a key focus and a key word for any David Furner side. Looks like Cameron Smith is going to take over the kicking duties.
He is indeed. He has the tee in hand, and he's going to have a kick and goal here. Larry Hetherington on the left of the screen will have enjoyed that, and I'm sure that Liam Sutcliffe did as well. But credit to Callum Watkins. When you think he injured his knee against Castleford in the Magic weekend last May, he missed 18 games after that. This has so far been a happier night for him.
Back on.
Crowd hush as Smith takes aim and misses.
They change the kicker, but they don't change the look. I don't know whether Leeds will make the top three at the end of the season, but I do think that Jack Walker will be in the top three fullbacks. His composure here to create this try is absolutely brilliant. It reminds me of a young Yestin Harris who played fullback for Leeds here a number of years ago, with his ability to change direction so easily without losing speed. Changes the play and almost opens the gate there for Sutcliffe to run through.
14-4 Leeds then, 10.5 minutes of the second half gone. It's not over yet. Castleford have a comeback in them, but you get the sense tonight Leeds have the sniff of a victory.
They look a different side, don't they? They've been so close on so many occasions. A short turnaround, perhaps not able to analyse properly that Perpignan defeat. They've taken away the positives. It was a tough and compromising run from Brad Singleton, who fights hard to play that ball as quickly as possible. And the referee, Ben Thaler, blows the whistle, gives Leeds Rhinos 25-30 metres upfield.
So they will begin this set inside Castleford territory. This is Dwyer. Merrin will cart the ball forward. Again, Trent Merrin, Super League's top offloader so far this season, by the way, Trent Merrin. Taking over from where Adam Cuthbertson has left off. Dwyer in centre field, gets it to Merrin. Merrin then will find Myler. Myler gives it to Walker. Exciting young player, Walker. This is Donaldson now. Donaldson straightens it up. Making good progress towards the Castleford line here. With Dwyer. A little dummy from Dwyer, gets the ball away. Good try from Merrin. Dwyer created it. And look at the delight on Trent Merrin's face. 7 caps for his country, Australia. 13 times he's played for New South Wales. First of a 4-year deal. From Penrith, he won an NRL Grand Final in 2010 with St George in Illawarra. At the moment, the wrong end of the table, but Merrin is here to win trophies.
Excellent work from the bubbly Brad player. He's literally involved in everything, whether it's in attack and defence. He has a look on the open side, goes to the short side, and even though Trent Merrin has the presence around in the There's a defender, Matantia, puts a bit of a collision on him. He stays in the frame. And Trent Merrin has had some questions asked of his loyalty to the club. Is he going to stay? Is he a blue and amber player for this season and beyond? Will he go back to the St George club and play in those colours? Well, when he's on the field, when he's running hard, tackling hard and doing his best for the victory, that's where he'll do his talking.
I think he tried to answer a few of those questions then with that celebration of his try. Trent Merrin on his second of the season. Here is Cameron Smith again. He finds the mark this time. Was that the decisive blow in this match? Leeds lead by 20 points to 4.
And if Trent Merrin has come through the system of the Rhinos, I think we're quite lyrical about it. Sometimes that marquee signing can carry some weight with it. But his work on and off the ball has been absolutely quality this evening. And what he's been doing is setting up his distribution at first man. Obviously his try scoring there. Good play, Trent Merrin.
It is a good point that Terry makes, and players should know what one another's wages are. Myself and Terry, we played at different clubs at the same period of time. I didn't know his wages, he didn't know mine. Likewise, I didn't know what Kevin Seafield at Yes and Harris were paid. I just wanted to play and I just wanted to win. And unfortunately for Trent Merrin, he has that big dark cloud over his shoulders, but he's a forward. He's paid to run hard and hit hard, and he does that consistently.
And he's one of the Leeds marquee signings.
And that's the point we're making.
Yeah, there we go. Not his fault. In fact, it's to his credit. Barry, he had to rely on winning bonuses.
He's got answering you.
He nodded. Sutcliffe.
Well, that sort of pick-up there by Eden was what they needed, isn't it? They need to inject so much enthusiasm into this Tiger team here now. It's a bad bang there, wasn't it? Just as Eden seems to be okay, he's back up on his feet, but they clearly, from the start of this game, have been out-enthused by their opponents. And they need a dramatic uplift here. They've got it in them, and we know that they're capable of scoring back-to-back tries. Shenton tries to get them on the front foot.
It's a much more conservative Castleford we're seeing though tonight, isn't it, compared to the 2017 vintage, for instance.
Some players missing, some key players missing. Every time that Castleford take the field up, they always give a good account to themselves. Probably last week was the most disappointing result since Darryl Powell's been in charge of the club.
Well, they're missing McMeekan, Luke Gale, of course, Jamie Ellis and Mitch Clark at the moment. All playing Briscoe. They've got Chris Clark's now there, though, number 33 on his back. There they are, there's some talent on that bench. Chris Clarkson, formerly with Leeds. We've got Nathan Massey as well missing tonight. And Jordan Rankin. Anyone else?
I think that's it. I think you've got them all ready now.
Elite drops, Colin Maskell, Keith England.
This is Brad Dwyer.
That's a kick from Brad Dwyer again. We saw Richie Myler do it, Liam Sutcliffe go to do it. And they're the players that are tasked with guiding you around the field, and they're the ones who understand and know when your players around you are tired. Brad Dwyer just thinking, no, let's get it off the field, get to the scrum, and come up with a defensive set of six.
We've mentioned the Castleford problems injury-wise. I think Bill's got news to redress the balance of Leeds.
Well, it's positive news for Leeds by the look of things. Is Tom Holroyd, who came hobbling off a short time ago, has had the right ankle heavily strapped. There he is on the sidelines. He's just had to run up and down the sidelines under the supervision of the physio team. I'm not sure if he's proved his fitness to return, but he's looking as though he might be able to come back, as is Jamie Jones-Buchanan, who has just emerged from the dressing room after his head injury assessment. Trent Merrin is off having a breather, nothing untoward in that. So busy on the sidelines.
This is
First knock on Eddie from Leeds Rhinos.
on, yes.
He almost got there, didn't he? Richie Myler snaked that arm out, tried to tap it up. It's a very, very difficult skill, isn't it? Interception.
play it through. We're going to get up. Shot clock's still running, guys.
Brad Dwyer,
now.
he's got to get up.
Go if you want
The
without
scrum
him.
clock is on.
Right, okay, wait there, please, Peter.
Or was he down?
10 seconds.
No,
wait
the
there.
scrum clock is on.
Let's
You're
bang,
right.
please. Shot clock is off, Colin. Out. Well done, Pete. Well done, good listening.
Just made it in time. Castleford, of course, looking down the barrels here of a third win in the last 4 games.
Finish, Brad.
And they got Wigan next.
He needs to be smarter than that, doesn't he, Brad Singleton?
Did I say win? Third defeat in 4 games. Sorry. Well, they got Wigan next, is what I'm trying to say, so it doesn't get any easier for them.
One. Move.
Another team at the wrong end of the table.
Go.
Oof. Cook. Big collision.
Picked up Brad Singleton straight away, didn't he? Both of those players not moving.
Chances here for Castleford. As Matautia does well, he beats a couple then. And Matautia for the line. Oh, the ball pops up and is then picked up. And it's a knock-on. McShane thought he'd got over for the try. Referee's just taking advice from the touch judge. It's knock-on. And it's Castleford's head and feet.
Well, he's got a decent offload, hasn't he, Matautia? The hand stuck out there. I think it was by Callum Watkins, who makes the play for it. You can see
Paul McShane, if he picks it up cleanly, there's a chance that they can have a look and maybe ask the question, but he fumbles the ball, Paul
Wait
McShane.
there, Trey. Okay.
Little legs of his couldn't get down low enough.
Shot clock off.
Here is young Turner, looking to make a real name for himself.
Wait here, please.
Jamie Jones Buchanan will not be back tonight, we're told. As Matt Cook keeps hold of it for Castleford.
Movement, Brad.
Former London captain, he joined Castleford 4 years ago. Truman here. Matautia gets it away, and Minikin is in. Greg Minikin for Castleford. Gives them hope. With over a quarter of the match remaining. They're back within 12 points, kick to come. Greg Minikin with the try. He's 24 years of age tomorrow. He's in the England night squad announced this week. What a great week for him.
well, they get another set of 6 here. Watkins sticks his arm out. They go back to the right-hand side, and Conrad Hurrell, he's got more communication with Richie Marley. You can see both of those players coming together. He bites in on Matautia, knowing how dangerous he is, which opens up that space for Greg Minikin outside of him. Have a little look. All he's got is eyes for Matautia, makes the wrong choice, and there's the space.
That's a great shot of the system that Leeds Rhinos are playing to. They're going up and out, and it only breaks down at the point where Conrad Hurrell, as Teza said, he bites in, so he's not trusting the players coming from the inside. So gap is opened, space is created, and 4 could potentially be 6.
Yes, if Callum Turner can find the mark, and he's certainly got the talent, and he's certainly got the range, and he's certainly got the distance, and that is a great kick from Callum Turner. So they are right back in it, only 10 points adrift now. Paul McShane wanting 1 more goal for his 50th of his career. Says a lot about his injury on his leg.
Well, it's a great kick again by Turner's received. Minikin slide over. Callum Turner did similar when he played for the Castleford side against Warrington last year at Hallowell Jones Stadium. It was a dramatic and remarkable victory for the Tigers that night. And it just could be here. Just less than 20 to go. The Tigers chasing 10 points.
When ready, Jack.
Indeed so, and I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow at the KCOM Stadium. That's where we will be. Hull against Warrington. We'll be there at 7 o'clock for the 7:45 kickoff. We're live on Sky Sports Arena again.
Go, 1.
And here goes Matt Cook, and suddenly Castleford have got a spring in their heels, but Cook is on his own. There's blue and amber all round him. Jack Walker gets to him and brings him down, but can Castleford capitalise on this broken Leeds defence? Maybe not, they're back in the line.
He feels that the came to the left, when the right was a better option.
Castleford supporters behind the sticks, to which they're attacking now. Suddenly got a bit of life, as well as Millington goes for the line. And it was the hand of Pettigrew that made sure the offload didn't come. McShane gives it then to Junior Moores. Junior Moores is halted. Again, just short. That's tackle number 5, so last one here. Slow play the ball though. McShane flat pass. Pettigrew does well. Millington does even better. Wembley. He won a World Cup challenge with the Rhinos, and he has really breathed life into the Castleford Tigers charge.
Well, here we go, here's the break. Dreadful read from Petru. Opens up the space, and Matt Cook, well, he gallops downfield, doesn't he? And it's a good defensive tackle from winger and fullback. But on the last tackle, you feel that the Rhinos have done enough. Two defenders around, but a late offload. And the man who played his junior rugby league just down the road at the amateur club, East Leeds, scores a try for Castleford Tigers against his first professional club, the Leeds Rhinos.
And the extras have been added by young Callum Turner, and Castleford are right back in it now, 20 points to 16. Leeds have been in this position so many times this year. They've been ahead, they've been coasting, they must be worried now.
Well, Eddie, you said at the start of the game, 3 out of the five last games that have been in control on the scoreboard in the final 20 minutes. Now all of a sudden they've conceded 2 tries in the last 3.5 minutes.
They have 2 tries, 2 tries, 3 minutes.
Well, we'll find out whether the video review sessions and the lessons that they claim to have learned from the previous matches this year have actually stuck here. They're playing against a pretty good team with the tail wind strongly behind the Tigers right now.
Here comes Alex Foster. In with the challenge, pushes him back.
The Leeds player won't be flying past the man who's about to carry the ball. They'll keep that line intact. Cast now know that they've still got 16 minutes to go in this game. Paul McShane constantly scanning the defensive line, seeing if there's any gaps around.
Billington goes down under pressure from 3. Petru was offside, not standing square. McShane knew that.
So clever, isn't he? Paul McShane. He gets out from dummy half when he knows that the markers aren't set. And Petru, well, he just takes the option of going for that man, knowing how dangerous he is.
He's an intelligent rugby league player, Paul McShane.
As Tess said, he knows what he's looking for. He knows his players are starting to win the ground a little bit. Bill sent the message up that Darryl Powell just simply wanted his players to run harder. And you feel in the last 2 or 3 sets, that's exactly what they've done. Run hard and made the speed of the player ball quicker.
And yet in the first 10-15 minutes of this second half, it was Leeds who were making all the ground.
Do you know what, Eddie? I'm not saying that a player makes the team, but Trent Merrin's gone off, and I think there's been a bit of a difference in the side.
Here comes Castleford again, here with James Roman. So close, Clarkson gives it to McShane again. He then drops the ball off to Matt Cook. Matt Cook doesn't make any ground forward, but they are so close, and they've got tackles in the back. It's a big charge on there. And he's held up just shortly once. McShane again. Short ball takes the return.
That's brilliant
Great defence.
Brilliant. These are the critics this season. Look at Myler celebrating and pumping up his side here. This is what Leeds have needed really now. They've shown some fight, they've shown some ability to hold out their opponents. They can't just crash over by running hard and strong. They needed to show the skill factor. They went with brute force and it didn't get them through.
They have shown enthusiasm. They've shown enthusiasm, and it was Richie Myler who made that tackle. He got up and shouted to his teammates. His teammates, and maybe himself, need to get this ball further downfield.
Castleford want to pin them back inside their own half if they possibly can. Here is Briscoe. Solid running up from Briscoe. That's 4 gone. Parcell to Myler. Here is Petru again. They get to tackle number 5 in Castleford territory.
Got to be a good kick here now.
Go, Manny, go back in.
And it's Myler who's charged with it, and he drills it all along the ground.
The outside backs for the Rhinos.
He's enthusiastic, isn't he?
Well, he's encouraging everyone around him to do the little things well. The outside backs, they got in, they got the meters before Petru took control. And then Richie Myler knows that they're in a contest, knows that this Castleford side are just nipping at the heels now. 4 points behind.
I think he's Trent Merrin is off the field. As you can see, he's got a bit of ice on that left thigh. Richie Myler, I'm right in saying he's the Leeds Rhinos Player of the Year 2018. And he got a recall into the international setup after a 5-year exile back end of 2018, been ignored this week, maybe has taken the field tonight with something of a point to prove.
Yeah, totally agree. And the same with Paul McShane as well. Both of those players up against each other, started as sevens in this game.
Eden with the run, but multiplied Watkins and Singleton. Certainly since he's come off the bench, Brad Singleton, he's yet to start a game this year, but boy, he's put himself about tonight.
You know what you get from Brad Singleton, don't you? He's very direct as a player in defence and attack.
Here's McShane again, gives it to Millington, finds Truman. Truman gets a short ball away to Clarkson. Clarkson goes down, tackle number 5. Signalled by the referee, Ben Thaler, with his hand in the air. Truman, nice kick, he's put Walker in reverse, goes to ground quickly.
There's a big difference at the end of sets. When Castleford are putting those kicks in, they're making more meters, they're putting the kick high, making it a contest, and then off the back of that kick, they're able to do this in defence. Leeds Rhinos putting it over the sideline. Not a big fan of it, not a big lover of it.
Well done, Ben Thaler, waving players there.
Totally agree with you, Eddie.
The ball was played into the Castleford man. Not to play the ball. Play on. Good shout, Ben.
Finding it difficult there now. Castleford are really revving up in defence.
This is the man they've got to stop, and well, I was going to say they have to, but he gets a great offload away to Parcell. There's McShane with the tackle. Here is Myler. Now Sutcliffe with a kick. He punches it downfield. The goal would have been had it gone to the sideline. A possible 40-20. As it is, it just runs over the dead ball line. It was a big gamble from James Clay.
You know that they get 7 tackles there.
Merrin coming back.
Surely they would love to see Trent Merrin back on the field. They just needed that distance then. They struggled for meters. They couldn't get far enough away from their own try line, but to go long, concede 7 tackles, I think they'd be quite happy with that.
Eden. Ducked to the ground by Sutcliffe. Truman. Field it goes to Callum Turner. He hasn't looked out of place, has he, since he's come on the field in the second half?
He's not very confident.
His kicking helps as well. Liam Watts. Great run from Liam Watts.
It is a more mature Liam Watts we watch these days.
Truman.
Got the fire, but got the calmness as well.
Shenton. Liam Watts was in the international squad this week. Millington gets the offload away to Turner. Turner tries to step inside. Important challenge that was. Donaldson. Turner looking for a penalty. Here's Mateucci, dabs it through. Try! What a try from Alex Foster! What a try! I'm convinced he's got this down. There can only be a slight question mark about whether he was onside. How quick was Alex Foster, who began his career here at Leeds in 2013 with 9.5 to go? Has he levelled the scores?
Well, you've got to play what's in front of you, don't you? Alex Foster is on the right-hand side, top of the pitch there. He's okay, he's onside. I think he gets this down. I'm with you, Eddie. Alex Foster against the team that started him off in his professional career. Yeah. Got to give a big pat on the back to Grant Millington as well. His offloading game is really causing Leeds Rhinos some problems. They get this field position.
He takes 2 metres here off Hurrell. I know Hurrell had to turn. That's a try. That's a try for all money, and Castleford are level.
What about the kick from Mateucci?
And how about the kick now for young Callum Turner when this goes green? 20 points apiece. Castleford have clawed their way back. They were 20 points to 4 down after 52 minutes. Here we are in the 70th minute. The scores are level.
What a clutch moment in this match. Mateucci puts the kick in. Alex Foster, who's a huge lesson to any rugby league player in this Stevie Ward era of Leeds Rhinos academy players, was overshadowed by every man and his dog in those teams, but took the long route round, played at places like London Broncos, worked hard and toiled, and came to Castleford Tigers on trial, Eddie, let's not forget.
Massive kick. Oh, he's missed it, the young man. Well, he's kicked brilliantly, and he had the moment there to put Castleford ahead for the very first time.
Yeah, he just wants to to add to the drama, and this is what we wanted in the last 10 minutes now. 20 all the momentum and the confidence behind this Castleford side. David Furner's hoping here now, they're out on the field, he's got people who are carving off here now, that when they get position are able to do the right things that they need to do to get themselves in position. Looks like we're in drop goal territory now.
Yes, we might even be heading for extra time and golden point. We shall see. Canberra, Newcastle in the morning from the NRL, 5 to 7. Sky Sports Arena, Saturday, 6:25, North Queensland, Clonmel. Here we've got a dramatic night unfolding at Headingley. 20 points apiece. Castleford trundling forward again with Liam Watts.
Over 50 metres in 3 tackles.
McShane at dummy half, gives it to Milner. They're inching closer. Are they going to go down the middle again with Millington? Yes, they are. This is the last. Now then, is Jake Truman there? Milner's there. I don't think they're interested in the drop goal yet. Here is Truman. He just wants it here on the line. Oh, it's claimed in midair. They keep the movement going. Off the foot and straight to a Leeds Rhinos jersey.
You're right, Eddie, not even setting up for the 1 point. They were still going for the try.
Cameron Smith was the man.
We saw a great game this morning in the NRL with St George. Just nicking it right to the end with that 1 point.
It was all right, it's not as good as this.
Yeah, well, the drama, Eddie, the drama.
Here comes Merrin again, he's back out there for the vital last 7.
Well, you need all of your senior pros on the field.
They've taken Conrad Horrell in this second half. Castleford, they've taken that threat seriously, and they've reached the last tackle. They're still deep inside their own half. Myler's kick is on the bounce into the arms of Eden. Here come Castleford again. Bumps off one, can't get away from Smith.
Well, both coaches will be looking for some honesty from the players, whether they're defending or attacking. Knowing that it's been a tough old game, a quick game as well. But you can see the Darryl Powell, 7 minutes to go, knowing that this game could go either way.
It's about doing your job. At this point in the game, with the game in the balance, finely balanced, keeping your nerve, holding your nerve, doing your job properly and giving maximum effort for the team.
They've got to go down the middle here. They've got 4 tackles gone. They've got 1 remaining. They've got to get within a chance of a drop goal. They are again, but is there anybody there who can kick a drop goal? The answer is no, because it's with Watts, and here is Truman, and off the outside of the boot, it's still on the last tackle. This is Matautia. Matautia dabs it over the top, goes down. The referee says no penalty. Sutcliffe has it back for Castleford. Do they have a drop goal kicker, Castleford? They've had 2 chances. Well, McShane's got the injury to his leg. He's not kicked all night.
He hasn't, but Paul McShane can kick with either foot.
Jake Truman, perhaps.
Yeah.
Callum Turner, of course.
Jake Truman looked like he was setting up for it on the right-hand side before the ball went to Liam Watts.
This is Myler. He gets it away to Walker. 4 gone, leads on halfway. That's a mess. That's a complete mess. Referee says play on. That looked like a knock on from up here. Ben Thaler's closer to it, and David Furner thought it was a penalty.
When Conrad Hurrell goes to ground, the ball comes loose. The referee has said it's a knock-on.
Like to see that.
I would like to see that again.
So would he, I'm sure, David Furner. He's shaking his head.
So he's got 2 players round him. He's got a player on the ball.
It's not.
I think that's stolen.
It's not that
sorry,
one.
but I think it's stolen.
It's not that one that David Furner is annoyed about. It was the one previously.
It was the one where Richie Myler tripped over the defender, wasn't it, at the back?
Heads in, Paul.
Here you can see Richie Myler trying to get in. Matautia just raised his leg up. That's the one he was complaining about.
Stuart?
Well, I don't think there's any interference there. I think he's fallen over, but he's kept possession of the ball. The ball hasn't hit the ground. There's no knock-on in that one.
I think David Furner's thinking that there should have been a penalty for the player lying in the rough.
No, he was clear. He fell over. He overbalanced.
Well, that's obviously the way that Ben Thaler saw it as well. This is Watts. Now it's with McShane. McShane gets away from Petteru, and he gets away from Myler.
Not the biggest, but certainly powerful.
Well, the time is ticking away. Back it comes to Truman. Drop goal attempt, but no! He kicked the goal, but there
to the man who's kicking the ball. And you can see
He steps in the way.
Liam Watts, he just steps.
Was he standing square at the play the ball, Dwyer? I know that obviously is a penalty, but at the play the ball was Brad Dwyer standing square.
I know what you're saying, Eddie. We can dissect a million things. I still think the ball was stolen by Conrad Hurrell, but Leeds have failed to
They've not
find
found
touch.
touch. Leeds haven't found touch.
They're determined, both sides are determined to hand it to the opposition. What about Paul McShane? How strong is he?
That's a big error. A huge error. As Millington carts it down the middle again, legs are up in the air. 3 minutes less than and counting. McShane. Here is Milner. Milner goes down, tackle number 4. Watts again will take it ever closer. That's a sensational run from Liam Watts. Now then, this could be the moment for the Castleford Tigers. Truman's there, back he comes to him. He stabs at it, Jake Truman! It didn't get the length.
Well, you could see that as soon as he made contact with it, the reaction from the Cas fans behind the sticks, they didn't get near it.
Leeds have been close. They haven't looked like getting close to the drop goal here. A lot of players pushed around here in the middle of the field here. A single man carries here to get as much ground as they can. They're going to be hitting over at the end of this set, Eddie.
And of course it was a 7-tackle restart, so 2 tackles gone here, and they're now in Castleford territory. We thought it might be the moment for Castleford. Is this the moment for the Rhinos? And if it is, they go to the left-hand side with Conrad Hurrell.
Another big carry from Conrad Hurrell. If it is a Leeds Rhinos drop goal, it could well be Liam Sutcliffe. Got a valuable one a few years ago against the Catalan Dragons from about 40 metres out.
Merrick thought about the pass out the back door, then got it away cleanly to Watkins. Watkins is coming down the right channel. They're being forced wide. But all pointing the Leeds players into Sutcliffe. Here is Sutcliffe. He's gone for it. Is Sutcliffe? He's missed it. He didn't get the length either.
Richie Myler wanted one more play to set up for that, Eddie. We still had one play up the back.
It was 24 apiece. Here's a penalty for Castleford. 24 apiece here. 5 years ago, 2014, the night that Kevin Sinfield was sent from the field sensationally for the only time in his glorious career. And here, in the last minute, Kevin, in charge at Leeds, is watching as Castleford look for a vital drop goal that will take us out of Golden Point territory. But we have 45 seconds, and we could be on the verge of the first Golden Point match on TV.
Well, 12 months ago, it was a Luke Gale drop goal that separated these two sides. No Luke Gale, but you'd think Jake Truman here is the best option of winning this here in the very last minute.
They've got 3 tackles left and 30 seconds remaining. Here they come again with Millington. Millington gets them to within 12, and they're waiting in back play for this. Oh, they've gone for it themselves. They've gone for glory with Milner. This will be the moment, surely. Oh! And McShane goes for glory, and what a chance is blown.
Wow. Well, this is it, Golden Point.
As Steve-O would have said a few years ago, what are they doing?
He's lost the plot.
There's the final siren. We're going to Golden Point, first time live on Sky Sports this year. We are going to see the drama of Golden Point. But Castleford there for me. You're the experts, boys. For me, they were the champs.
Absolutely right. Shane, who's probably been Cass's best player in this game. The way that he's got him back into the game, he takes the wrong option. Jake Bruner, look at him, he stood between the sticks there. He'd set up for it, he'd call for it, his arm was in his ear. The frustration when the arms go up.
And let's credit Leeds Rhinos getting up. They know that a drop goal is coming. There are players off the line. Paul McShane sees the opportunity, just isn't good enough to take advantage of it.
Just for the rules here now, just to explain what happens.
Well, with 2 5-minute periods for one team to score, as soon as the team scores a point, whether it be through drop goal, try or conversion, penalty goal, they will be deemed the winner. The toss-in now for choice of ends, and both teams are allowed 2 extra interchange.
Well, remember earlier this season, Hull ended their 13-game losing run with a Golden Point victory at Wigan. Can Leeds end their lean sure moves. There's David Furner, who must have dreaded the fact that they might have had a drop goal going against them. Darryl Powell knows that they have blown a major opportunity to win it in 80 minutes.
You can't think about that, though, can you? You can't think about that for a moment here. Leeds get possession. When you talk about Hull winning their game in Golden Point, they received possession. Then, interestingly, they received a penalty in those first 6 plays. It got them into their opponent's half, and Sneed put that 1 point over. 10 to 5 referees, though, maybe a little bit nervous here about blowing that whistle.
Well, there's the most famous Castleford drop goal exponent. That drop goal that took them to Old Trafford against Saints a couple of years ago.
There are 2 out there. I think Castleford would want Luke Gale out there. Leeds Rhinos would want Kevin Sinfield out there. He can bang them in from all over.
Well, Brad Dwyer's nearly away. So Golden Point, extra time. First time, live on Sky. As Walker is spun to the ground. That's 3 gone.
Every decision you make, every offload, every step, every second you're trying to buy the play the ball, it could cost you or it could gain you.
Here goes Parcell. Lateral run from Parcell. Now he straightens it up. They've reached tackle number 5. They're 40 metres out. Will they go for it? He does. He does. He does. He's kicked it. What an amazing goal kick from Brad Dwyer. Well, look at the relief from David Furner. And look at the relief on the terraces, and he can't believe it was Brad Dwyer. That's not in the coaching manual. But Brad Dwyer suddenly, and look at them. Look at the landscape. There's the drop goal king himself, Kevin Sinfield. That's scraped over the bar. Brad Dwyer, I don't know how many he's scored in his career. They won't come much more vital than that. Castleford, heartbroken, but they conspired to their own defeat.
Outstanding drama here in those few minutes we got in Golden Point. The question of when do you go? Do you go on your first set? Do you go on your second set with a bit more territory? Well, Brad Dwyer just absolutely hoofs it. Do you know what? It looked like he kicked a bag of cement now. I was looking and trying to pick who's going to be man of the match next. Who's going to be the game breaker? Paul McShaver gets Jack Walker, Conrad Huddle. But that man, Brad Dwyer, he has been the difference in this game. He obviously kicks over the 1 pointer. And look at David Furner.
And he celebrates Brad Dwyer's first ever drop goal of his career. And so does Kevin Sinfield.
Do you know what? You've got to go through hard times, and the hard times makes you better. And everyone's been writing these Leeds players off the club off. They've had to go through tough periods, and Brad Dwyer certainly come up with an explosive first half, played long minutes in this game, and those little weary legs managed to kick a 41-metre drop goal.
Well, Paul McShane will be wondering and thinking what might have been. They were under the Leeds posts in the last minute, the last seconds of normal time. They'd had a couple of shots. Why did they not go for the 1 point themselves? Well, a Golden Point hero tonight, all right. There he is, and that Golden Point drop goal has won him the Betfred man of the match. He's talking to Bill.
Thanks, Eddie. Brad, congratulations. That was the first ever drop goal you've kicked in a competitive game, is that right?
Yeah. An old mate of mine, Rich Yeager, when I was at Warrington, he used to come on at me every day. But I just mess around after training. From anywhere I stood, I'd try one, and he said once some player hit him on back of head, he was going mad, so there you go, Rich.
Did you think it was going?
I was a bit far out and it was low, but I thought just about a snooker and then I started jumping, so yeah.
Why you?
I just ended up with ball and Dickie Martin needs his right foot chopping off, so
I think at the same time David Furner was screaming, not Dwyer, not Dwyer.
Yeah, we'll see what he said after the game.
But dramatic way to get a crucial win when everybody calms down. This is a significant win.
Yeah, it's massive. I said to Kev then, just when I went off last 20, I said, when they scored the Tigers, they're going to kick it goal. I said, we're due one here. We've had a tough couple of losses. Some games have been way off, but we've not been too far off really, and hopefully that can kickstart us.
But even this one, I mean, you were in a comfortable position and you let them come back at you.
Well, that's it, and hopefully now we've come out on the right side of one. Hopefully we can learn from that and get a bit of a roll going now, because we've built the last 2 weeks, we've been really good together and come together. Hopefully we can build on it.
How do you feel about golden points, extra time and drama like this? First ever time live on Sky, that.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
You've got the job now, Brad.
I don't know. I'll give it back to Nicky for next week.
Well, you've got the silver salver, you've got this cheque for charity of your choice, Brad, as well.
Yeah, I've just become an ambassador for a birthmark charity. Pretty close to me and some history in it, so I've got an open day at Wheatwood on the 5th of May, so if anyone wants to get involved, jump down, but it's going to them.
Well done, Brad.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Paul McShane from the Castleford Tigers. That was some way to lose a game, wasn't it? When you've come back like that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's probably given us too much at first half. We couldn't get no rhythm into his play, and yeah, we dug back in, but probably important decision from me, and probably cost him a fair play to Leeds, digging in again and grinding it back.
You had the chance in normal time to nick that one, didn't you?
Yeah, poor decision by me. I thought I read the shooters, but yeah, it's something that I'll learn from.
And yet, in Golden Point, you've got the kickers, you'd have probably fancied that.
Yeah, fair play to Brad, like putting his hand up and giving it a crack, and he's been playing well at minute, and he probably deserves that.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us. Let's hear from Dave Furner, the Leeds Rhinos coach. What a way to get the first home win of the season to end this losing run.
Yeah, look, it was important because that's the third week we've been in that situation where we've had control of the game, and I think to win that way there will give it'll boost the confidence of the group. They never stopped fighting there, and as I said, last 2 weeks here we didn't come away with the win, so very happy for the players and the squad, and I'm very happy for the fans because the players are putting in a great effort, and the crowd tonight were fantastic.
Is it still a worry, Dave, that you're in that position and yet still allowing the opposition to get back?
Yeah, look, I think we could be in a situation here and pull back and get points too, but yeah, look, we'll have a look at it, but certainly can't take away from Castleford's fighting spirit there, and they come back, so, but the first Golden Point, and it's got to be an ugly field goal, but we obviously could take it.
It did look as though you would say, don't give it to him.
I was saying that, I was wondering why it ended up there, but great work by Brad. It was ugly, but we'll take it. We need it.
So, from a neutral perspective, it was a game that had everything, like you say, crowd great, it's good to be involved in.
Yeah, it is, and it's good for our game, good for the brand, and I'll say again, great for the fans. We've just got to keep building on that.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Bill.
Finally, Darryl Powell, get a word from the Castleford Tigers coach. To get back from the situation you were in, to be in a position to win that game, that was some achievement, first of all.
Yeah, I thought we were really good in the second half. I thought we were a little bit unlucky that try, that full length that was against the run of play. We kick against their legs. Then I thought we played really well. We lost Jordan Rankin within 2 minutes at the end of the session yesterday, so we couldn't, we cobbled together a bit of a team there, and the boys done great. I thought we were poor first half, but second half I thought we were excellent. I don't think that was a penalty on Liam Watts. I thought he's nailed that between the posts. So it is what it is. That was an awesome drop goal, real good game. But yeah, disappointed. I think we probably deserve something out of that.
Well, maybe wrong option taken right at the death there when you were under the post, but it's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it?
Oh, things happen quick, don't they? I think Mac would hold his hand up and say, he probably should have gone to Truey there, but that was a good game. I thought, we're disappointed to lose it, but at the minute, we're in a bit of a tough spell with injuries, that's for sure.
Well, that's right. I mean, you look at who was sitting in the stand, and like you said before the game, you know, everybody was wanting a reaction to what happened last time out against St Helens. You didn't get the win, but you got the reaction.
Well, in the second half, yeah, like I said, just you know, we'll have a chat about it, about the first half really, because I don't think we were great. It was a tense game. They wanted to win it. Obviously, they're under a fair bit of pressure, and they won cup tonight. So off we go.
See you next week, Darryl.
Yeah, they will meet again in the not-too-distant future, the Leeds Rhinos and Castleford Tigers. A game you can see on Sky here at Emerald Headingley. The night has belonged to the Leeds Rhinos. They had a 10-4 half-time lead. They have won in golden point extra time for the first time on Sky Sports, courtesy of a Brad Dwyer drop goal. What does it do to the table? Well, the Leeds Rhinos will still stay bottom of the table, but that second win of the season will give them undoubted confidence. The Castleford Tigers, they stay in third spot, but Salford will have a chance to move ever closer to Darryl Powell's side. Well, here it is. Dave Furner questioned why it was going to Brad Dwyer. Well, when you think he's never kicked one before in the professional game, you can understand the coach's apprehensions. That is what it means to a side that have won just one of their 8 previous games. Callum Watkins and his Chargers absolutely delighted. And here's Dave. No, yes. It's all part of the plan. There's a man getting rid of 8 weeks of stress. Well done to Dave Furner, well done to the Leeds.